Previously on Wolfout Tonight.
I mean, I'm not a huffer or anything, I just like how it smells on a rag. Same with turpentine, ether, spray paint, and Dracar Noir.
Well done! Well done!
Not yet. Bide your time, old boy.
Anyways, one night we were, how do I put this delicately, pressing our plush pieces together and...
Keaton always said, I don't believe in God, but I'm afraid of him. Well, I believe in God, and the only thing that scares me is Kaiser Soze.
There is no Kaiser Soze.
Broadcasting live from Wolfout Studios in sunny Madison, Wisconsin. It's Wolfout Tonight with Nate Chappell. This week there's a murder. Who done it? I don't know. But now the man who kills cereal bowl by bowl by bowl. Nate Chappell.
Johnny? Well, good evening, murderers, murderies, and murderinos. Welcome to episode... What's going on, Johnny? Stop it.
We got an audio issue.
What's our audio? Guys, we got an audio issue right off the top here. We murdered the audio. What's going on? Man, this makes me thankful for Johnny being here.
It's repeating.
That's because you've got another window open that is YouTube. I'll show you here, guys. Just please stand by and... Alright, everybody. I think we murdered the front of the show here. I will say that. So, welcome to episode murder of the prime suspect in the murder of hundreds of frowns. Wolfout Tonight. We are, of course, broadcasting live from Madison, Wisconsin. And as you guys probably know, Wisconsin has maybe more than its fair share of serial killers like Ed Gein, Jeff Dahmer. I call him Jeff. And I think it's for two reasons. The weather, particularly the soul-shattering cold, and then the constantly talking about the weather. The small talk around here in the winter could make anybody kill, okay? So have you guys been murdered at all? No? Me neither. Knock on wood. Oh my god, what the... Oh, jeez. Oh, that was just Randy knocking on wood. Thanks, Randy. You scared me. I guess I'm a little on edge because, you see, I'm not only the head of research here on the show, I am also the research staff. So I've been watching true crime shows and listening to 911 calls and playing Clue for the last 2 weeks. Hell, I spent the last 48 hours watching 48 Hours, the Edward Murphy and Nick Nolte movie, over and over again. Roxanne! And the 72 hours before that, I spent watching the TV show 48 Hours. But that shit'll make you paranoid, because murder always happens on those shows, like almost every time. But it almost never happens in real life. Like I said, never been murdered. Oh, thanks, Randy. So, my love for murder shows, I guess you could call them true crime or Sigmund Freud, but really they're murder shows, I guess. I started watching Unsolved Mysteries at like 7 years old. It's crazy that my parents would let us watch that, but not Night Court. I think they just saw some old dude in a trench coat talking slowly and figured it was okay. It's like Casablanca, Safe, familiar. But then in 10 minutes, everybody's dead and we're talking body parts and zooming in on corpses. Pretty intense. Actually, I think we've got a clip of that. Johnny, if you could... Johnny? Oh my god. What happened to Johnny? Here's a note. Oh, let's see. Johnny's been murdered. Oh, this is murder in the worst degree, you guys. All right, I'm going to get our security team on this right away and look for more clues. Johnny, I will avenge your death. But first, my week in review. Welcome to my week in review. I'm Nate Chappell, and this is my week. On Tuesday, I successfully made rice for the first time in my entire life. The front page headlines in newspapers across my imagination read, "Local boy makes food." 2 weeks ago, I crashed the car. Now I have for the second time the second most made-up sounding ailment, whiplash. The most made-up sounding ailment, of course, is alien hand syndrome. The first time I had whiplash was when I did a 1.5 somersault on a trampoline. It was that last half that got me, landed right on my face. That one hurt more, but was way funnier. More like diplash. Last weekend, I noticed that for days I'd felt like I'd been wearing a hat, but I hadn't been wearing a hat at all, which led me to type the phrase, "I feel like I'm wearing a hat, but I'm not," into Google. So many results, you guys. Love the internet. It is whiplash, and side effects include feeling like you're wearing a hat and looking like you think you're wearing a hat. That's my week in review. I'm Nate Chappell saying my week was better than your week.
Silent but deadly. Coming next Arbor Day to Wolfout Television.
There he is. He's coming down. I can't see him now. He's coming. Nice jump, buddy.
In a world where everyone's chasing something, one cat has one more chance to finally catch one red spot. The Red Spot on Wolfout Television.
Things move a little bit slower in Madison. It's the kind of place where nothing ever happens. Or is it? Either way, Madison was the kind of place that technical director Johnny Fisher called home. Johnny was content, living in a closet at Wolfout Studios, surrounded by his board games and canned goods. He loved veggie dogs almost as much as he loved switching cameras, and was quickly promoted to head of camera switching for Wolfout Tonight. Sure, it was mostly just a title, but he didn't care. He was a hard worker, reliable, the kind of guy you could always count on to be there. Until...
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, I'm Nate Chappell, host of the popular internet television show Wolfout Tonight.
Okay, what's your emergency?
It looks like my friend Johnny's been murdered.
Is the victim breathing?
I don't know. He's not here. I went to go to a video and we were live and he's just gone.
Okay, sir.
Don't worry. We're on a promo break right now.
Well, what makes you think he's been murdered?
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of 48 Hours lately.
What's your address, sir?
www.wolfout.tv, as in Tuvalu.
That was one of the hardest calls I've ever had to make. My cell phone was almost dead and I still wanted to check Twitter, so, I had to use the landline of all things. I don't like saying that, but I had to use the landline. It was a rotary phone, so you have to move your finger around the... Exhausting. Plus I was bummed out about Johnny too, I guess.
And I had to get CompuBot booted up at the same time during the same break. The hardest call I've ever made.
But what happened? This is the last time anyone saw him during the open. What's he saying? Help me? It had everyone around Wolfout Studios saying, instead of, "Here's Johnny," "Where's Johnny?"
I've been a cop for 15 years, and this is by far the dumbest case I've ever worked. By the time I got there, Nate had already put everything, a bunch of stuff, in a box labeled evidence. ANCE.
Evidence. Like Johnny's favorite mask, gourd, several ounces of hair, and Johnny's bloody, severed finger?
It was pretty hard to see that. It was pretty dark and I had taken off my glasses, but I'm pretty sure it was his mouse finger.
So was it the size of a normal mouse's finger?
No, I mean the computer mouse. The finger he used for, clicking.
But who in the world would want to hurt Johnny? But who in the world would want to hurt...
Aside from myself, of course. And Johnny would never hurt a fly. I mean, unless you asked him to. And even then, it's not like he had fun doing it or anything, okay? He did it... Look, he killed all those flies because what he was doing, what we were doing, was bigger than a big jar full of dead flies. I don't think it was the flies that did it, though. I don't think they could hold the big knife I'm imagining, or a pen to write the note.
Oh, right, the note. Scrawled there in Sharpie on the back of an old script were the words, "I murdered Johnny. Nothing more, nothing less." Couldn't be much clearer, a confession of a dangerous kind. Vague. Because who is the I in the note?
Given the use of first person, I'd say whoever wrote this note is probably our guy.
But one by one, each of the suspects, Nate, Viv, the cat, that shady sergeant, me, the other cat, all eliminated as suspects. Their stories checked out, and life went back to normal. Well, almost.
The role that Johnny played in my life, well, CompuBot, the robot we have to replace Johnny, he's playing that role in my life now. But it's not the same. Well, I mean, it's mostly the same, but CompuBot can throw and catch two frisbees at the same time, so in that regard, look, I'm just trying to say that we miss Johnny. Right, CompuBot?
Hang loose, hang loose, hang loose.
You want us to roll down our window? Oh shit.
Hands up, passenger!
What the fuck is going on? I have no idea.
Get going. Face away from me. Face away. Hands up. Walk back towards the sound of my voice. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep the hands up. Face forward.
Walk backwards slowly toward the sound of my voice. Is anyone else in the car with you?
No, sir.
Okay, keep walking slowly. Stop right there.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to episode murder of everybody's most murdery show, Wolfout Tonight. That's our slogan, right? Tonight, the cops aren't doing much to solve this murder, to be perfectly frank. So tonight, I decided to have on friend of the show, our personal medium at large, Tabitha Brown.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming by. You probably had this on your calendar a little sooner than we called you, though. So, how does this work? How do we, find out what happened to Johnny?
Yeah, well, I come into a home, I kind of get a feel for the vibe, where are the dark places, get some temperature reads. Mm-hmm. And I feel something terrible's happened here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of terrible stuff that's happened here, but tonight, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, we happen to have a box of his stuff here, my dead friend's stuff. We're calling it evidence.
Okay.
But why don't you poke around in there? And just
all right, yeah, I'm getting
I do want to warn you that we are going to be dusting for prints.
Okay.
But it'll be fine.
I'll try to have a light touch. But I am getting a vibe here. Something pointed happened. There's a hunger for justice. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, he is a very hungry guy, ravenous. That guy eats veggie dogs like they're growing out of style. He loves them. That's uncanny that you would know that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sure you miss your friend.
This is very emotional. What else? Oh, that?
Yeah, I'm getting...
I'm sure you know who that is. That's...
Of course.
You want to say it with me? Timmy
the Tooth.
Timmy the Tooth. I'm Timmy the Tooth. That was me.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad that you pointed it out. Sometimes I hear things.
Right, that's why I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that we weren't trying to pull.
Sure.
Well, it was me, everybody. What does that saying to you? Besides to be safe. Nice
really that he needs to bite down on whatever happened to him. That's what I'm getting.
Okay. That could be a lot of things. It could be a dog. He could have been killed by a gourd.
Yeah. Could have been getting dentures. I know it's a...
Oh, dentures. He did have a lot of teeth problems. Or was that a dream I had? Oh my God. Johnny!
Oh, I'm getting a reading that he's alive.
Johnny, thank God. I thought you'd been murdered.
Nope. I just ran to the store quick. Didn't you get my note?
Would you mind getting that check started?
Well, I got this note. And it says clearly that someone murdered you. I murdered Johnny.
Yeah, no, you didn't open it. See, I folded it up all weird. There you go. And, it says I murdered the ketchup, so I ran to get more of your veggie dogs, I know how you love ketchup.
I do love ketchup. Mustard sucks, right? Well, we thought that veggie dog down here, we thought that was a finger.
Oh. Wait, you thought that was my finger?
Yeah, but I didn't think it tasted like a finger.
Oh, well,
Well, what about the help me thing?
Well, there's just a new catchphrase that I'm doing, like, help me.
All right, Johnny, well, I'm glad you're not murdered. I wish your name was Justin because you're back just in time for Gibberish Murder Mystery. Gross.
Doesn't matter.
Table. Excuse me, sorry. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Gibberish Murder Mystery. You see, that's right there, Gibberish Murder Mystery. There's a dagger slicing skin. Okay, so all three of us are playing today. How this works is I know where it happened, the murder. I know this is a pretend murder, guys, just so you know. Okay, everybody relax. Where it happened. I know the occupation of the murderer.
Yes.
And I know the weapon with which the murder was committed. But you guys don't, so you guys go into the closet. I'm going to mime to you using only gibberish from my mouth. You guys go sing your favorite Guns N' Roses song. It can be different or the same, so you guys can't hear this. I'm going to tell the audience at home. I've written it down on my arm. Okay. Let's see. The location is a stamp museum. The occupation is a professional bowler. And smiley face balloon is the weapon. Okay, you got that? Pro bowlers. There we go. Stamp museum, pro bowler, smiley face balloon. All right, Tabitha, come on out. Shabalooby.
Feed us.
So, a little bit. Okay, so,
Spanana, fala. Spana.
Okay.
Fana.
Okay, so then this guy. Okay. Whoosha, a little bit.
Come on.
Yes, I'm dead. Johnny?
Johnny! Woo! Farana. Skara, falala. Skara. Skara la 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 ba. Shasa bada. Bada fasaka ba ba ba. Skara. Skara, banana, skara, banana, na.
Oh, baby.
Skara, skara, skara.
Oh,
Skara.
blue.
Skara. Skara. Oh. Skara. Ho. Skara. Ho. Oh. Skara. Skara. Oh. Skara. Skara. Oh. Skara. 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 Ding. Oh, Skara. 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 Skara.
Killer. Everybody's dead! Alright, Johnny. I may have made my things a little too hard, guys. Okay, Johnny, what do you think? What do you think the location you were in was?
Post office.
Post office, close, but nope. Okay, what do you? Good try. No, what do you? What now? Occupation. What do you think your occupation was?
Well, I thought I was a bowler.
Yeah, professional bowler. Okay, and how about your the murder weapon?
A balloon.
It is a balloon, but I'm gonna need more specific.
Balloon animal.
Not quite. Sorry. Good playing, Johnny. All right, Tabitha, get on up here. So, what is your location?
It was the post office box in heaven.
Really close, but no, I'm sorry. It was a stamp museum. I didn't think about how I was gonna do museum.
Nice.
And your occupation, we got bowler, and your, the murder weapon was?
A smiley face balloon.
Smiley face balloon,
Yes.
yay! That was the game, ladies and gentlemen, and that's been the show. And hit that button right there. And that's been another action-packed episode of our show, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank our very special guest tonight, our medium at large, Tabitha Brown. She does improv, too. Seeing the future is actually really great for that. Thanks as always to the circus crew of two, Johnny and Viv, Finn Hammond, and Tyler Enzard made the music for tonight's show. Look for Tyler Enzard on SoundCloud with an E, Enzard with an E. And look for Finn in the background of a crime scene photo or inside a chalk line. He poses for those. We are a proud production of Wolfout TV. Go to wolfout.tv to check out more media from me. Check out my podcast, The Natecast, on iTunes, and look for Wolfout TV in your grocer's freezer or wherever social media is sold. Special thanks, as always, to the lady upstairs for not making too much noise while we recorded this. Thanks, as always. Stay sexy, don't get murdered. And as Bill and Ted said, be excellent to each other. Virginia, want a cookie?
You wanna come in here? We'll press start.
So, Wolfout, huh? Wolf up, wolf it, whatever you do. Pronto, amigo?
Well, guys and gals, I'm glad nobody really got murdered tonight. Pretty glad, anyway. I'm sure somebody got murdered tonight. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. Let's instead dwell on all the other problems in the world. Global warming, climate change, global change, climate warming. It's cooling off here in Madison, and as you do, pull your friends close and start fires wherever you can. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, good night and good nachos.